Alright, due to Resident Evil Wii Help's request, I'm going to give a lesson on Green Grass and High Tides by the Outlaws. First thing to know about the song, uses very little distortion. So right now I'm using a Marshall 80 watt amp, and what I did is I turned my gain way down. I was actually using too much at the beginning of the video. So I turned it down now to about a quarter to an eighth of the way up. And I put my treble all the way up, my bass about halfway up, just in case I needed a little. And so no contour, obviously you don't want any metal sound in the song. So it gives me a little bit of that little country sound that I need. So that's what I used on my amp. So the beginning of the song, it goes, here's the chord progression: E minor, C, G, D, and then an A. And the A kind of holds. It's got a weird count at the end of it. So it goes E minor, C, G, D, and then an A. And then he does the little slide. And then they do the little... So you just kind of got to figure out how to time that, because the timing's weird. So he picks apart the chords as he plays them. So E minor, he goes, which is the bottom E string up to the G string. Then to a C, he starts on the A string, and then he goes down to the B string, so those four strings, and then the G string, and the G string he goes bottom E, except he doesn't do it all four in a row. It's more of a, so that would go from the top string to the A string, skip the D string, and go to the G string, and then to the B string, and then the D. And the important thing is they don't want to get that top note sound. So on the bottom string, like a G, it'll be, and then a D. They don't want that sound. So they never play the bottom string. So as long as you miss that, you just pick apart. And so they do that 4 times. So what happens is the first time, into the A, and then they do this little thing. It's incredibly simple. That's on the A string, 2nd fret, and then just go up a fret. It's the simplest thing ever. So then they do that again. And then they slide all the way up to its octave. So that's the 2nd fret after the double dots. Pretty simple, just try to get it right on. They get a little more aggressive with the picking. So you just pick a little harder, do some back strumming. And then the 4th time, and they don't do this, they just go into, so then they do that 4 times, just E, C, G, D, and no A. And then the verse, there's just one change. It's just E minor, G, C, D. Except it's slower, so it's like... Mistake earlier, when it goes... They actually play the A, so they go... So it's just an A, and then span 3 frets down to a C. So that's the only mistake I've made, I think, so far. So just keep that in mind. I completely forgot about that part. And then so then in the chorus of the song, it goes into a key change for G. So that progression is just G, C, back to G, and then a D. And then the 4th time they go A minor, F, C, and then back into. And then the lead guitarist goes into a solo. And so the solos in this song are incredibly simple. They're just solos in pentatonic E. So that's just. Or you can do it up here. And they're just simple. You can do, it's pretty much improv. It's not like Stairway to Heaven, Comfortably Numb, and Freebird. There's no really structure to the solos. It's just kind of improv in the key of E. And what you can do is you can add parts of major scales in, as long as you don't play the whole scale, so you can't just go. But if you wanted to go like play some pentatonic. So that's just pretty much how the solo works. As long as you don't play anything too minor, play anything too major, don't shred it, then you can just pretty much improv it in the key of E, give it a country sound, and it'll work. So that's pretty much Greengrass and High Tides. Tell me if I miss anything, and I can explain it in writing, or I can make another video if it's too big. But I think that's the majority of the song.